sun go down on your wrath. He said, I need you to be angry because anger stirs your glands, your adrenaline glands, your fight and flight mechanism. I give you the anger as a protection so that you can have the sensitivity to deal with issues. You need anger so you can define parameters and let people know you're going too far. Don't go no further. Okay? Parameters. You need anger. That's what animals do to control their turf. You control your parameters. He says, but when anger stays in you, it becomes destructive. Because the Bible said, anger resteth in the bosom of fools. So it's all right to have it, but when it stays, it becomes a cancer that is eating up your energy and your creativity and your vibrance and your happiness and your peace. Anger resteth in the bosom of fools. It affects your finances because you can't be creative. Because if you're going to stay angry, you have to keep putting energy in it to maintain it. That's why you keep bringing it up. Because anger has to eat. And you have to feed it with your thoughts and your mouth. What you don't understand is all the while you're feeding it, you're not feeding your dreams, you're not feeding your destiny, you're not feeding your creativity, you're not feeding your purpose, and the enemy is distracting you with all of that drama, distorting your personality, changing who you are, locking you out of the still waters that God has for you, and stopping you from giving birth to your next creative concept that would open up the windows of heaven and pour down a blessing in your life. He's robbing you, and you think you're doing it because you're strong and you're tough and you're smart, and all the while he's robbing you of the days you got left, of the thoughts you got left, of the energy you've got left, of the next thought that you could think. You're one thought away from millions of dollars. You are one thought away from the cure of AIDS. You are one thought away of turning your entire life around, but you don't have any energy to put into that because you're putting your energy into unforgiveness, anger, frustration, defending yourself against somebody who doesn't even care. Now I need you to help me preach a little bit. To 3 people and say, let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. What you're gaining is not worth you're losing. Let it go. What you are getting is not worth what you are losing. Let it go. What you are doing with your energy, since you have a limited resource of power anyway, you are fueling your history at the expense of your destiny. Because whatever you're angry about is something that has already happened, and whatever God has promised you is something that is about to happen. But you don't have the energy to step into what is about to happen because you're spending too much fuel funding what used to happen. That's why you keep going back through the same things over and over again, because you can't drive forward looking in the rear view mirror. But I hear God saying to somebody in this room, tonight is your night for a supernatural release. You're about to... Touch your neighbor and say, I'm going to break this cycle tonight. I'm going to break this cycle. I'm going to break it tonight. I'm going to break it tonight. I'm going to break it tonight. I'm too old to keep going through the same stuff. I'm tired of arguing with you about the same thing. I'm tired of letting you control me. I'm going to break that thing tonight. Take 15 seconds and give God a liberated praise. bit more? I'm gonna give you a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I've been working on this for a year, so I got a whole lot. I'm just gonna give you a little bit. It makes you wonder, where did this come from? They didn't teach it in school. You didn't get it out of a book. How did you end up in this cycle of grief, anger, bitterness, hostility, unforgiveness, even against yourself? You don't even forgive yourself. How did you get like this? We don't see it in the animal kingdom. Animals do fight, but they either fight over turf or food. They don't fight because she thinks she's cute. You took my boyfriend 25 years ago and I'm still mad at you 25 years later, and I'm gonna hop across this fence and bite your neck. You don't see animals having feuds. You don't see that in the animal kingdom. As long as you don't mess with what I'm eating, we cool. We don't see it in children. You can punish a child, and 30 minutes later, they're hugging your leg, talking about, "Mommy, I love you, mommy." They can get in a fight with the kid across the street, and the grown folks are mad for 6 weeks, and the kid just wants to go outside and play. You didn't come here being unforgiving. It is a learned behavior. Where did I learn it? I didn't go to school for it. I didn't take a class on it. I didn't get a tape series on it. You learned it in your house, from your parents or family or people who nurtured you. You learn conflict resolution by the people around you. If your mama got mad and broke stuff, now you get mad and break stuff. If your daddy would get mad and walk out and stay gone for 2 days, now you have avoidance issues. And rather than confront an issue, whenever you get mad, you leave or sulk or bring up things over and over and over again. This is a vicious cycle that passes from generation to generation to generation, because we learn our coping mechanisms from our early childhood development. We all have the same feelings and experiences, but how we express them is taught to us. If you are an unforgiving person, you have come from an unforgiving atmosphere where they define unforgiveness as strength. So you said, "I'm a strong black woman." What does that mean? Or a strong white woman. I mean, pain is not prejudice. It is an equal opportunity experience. Where did you learn how to sulk and shut down as a man and not communicate for months or years, avoiding confrontation but holding on to unforgiveness? Oh, I lost them, Jesus. They were shouting so good, Lord. So now God says, "I want to bring you to still waters. But in order to give you what I have for you, you have got to release what you are holding on to, because you cannot hold on to who you were and snatch who I want you to be. You can't be those people at the same time. You have to decide, this is personal, this is private, it has nothing to do with your church, your pastor, your denomination. You can go to a great church, be in a great denomination, experience great word. This is a personal decision where you say, wait a minute, I'm too old to go through this again and again and again. I must have peace. I don't care who's crazy around me. I don't care who's unforgiving.